Welcome my valued viewers. We're going straight into last week's sales. 2 smart media cards. Now TV, HD, streaming box. Smart media card. Yeah, another one. Tiger Claw. I didn't say it last week. He's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 5-inch figure. Plastic. You could see it was plastic from the picture. But I just thought I'd say that it was TMNT. You might have seen some of these in last week's video, but it all rolls into one because of course it's a continuum, it never stops. Transcend Compact Flash, which was 1 GB. Kodak Easy Share, that was the camera. I didn't even say it was Kodak because I just got a bit flustered about the fact that somebody had ordered it and asked loads and loads of questions. Willow Tree, Chrysalis, but unfortunately they didn't pay, so that's it was £11.95 plus postage as well, so it's quite a lot of money really, considering £16.15. But I've shown you the picture now. SanDisk Ultra 2 2 GB. Actually this guy bought 3. He bought this one, SanDisk Ultra 2, SanDisk Ultra 2 4 GB, and a 2 GB SD for Homebrew. It did have a brand on it, but can't really read it. I think it's Pro something or other. You'll see it in the picture. And I sent them all in the same envelope, so it saved me £2.30 in postage. Nice. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood official game guide. Now I said they were going to sell, but I had to sell them for sold this one for £2.49 plus postage. £5.99 delivered. Yeah, not so good. Basically lost the eBay fees in selling it to recoup some money. Pro Breeze, this is the mini air dehumidifier I bought last week. Went for really good money for considering what it is. £22.15. Sky HD Anytime FreeSat £22.79. Well, you see the picture and the prices up there anyway. Another smart media card. I'm just about out of smart media cards now. I think I might have 1 or 2 left. I've also got 1 XD because I bought another camera with some XDs, sold a couple more. And then a CyberShot camera that was spares a repair. They definitely wanted it. They made inquiries about it. They took an offer. It was up at £7.99. They paid, well, they took the offer at £7, but that's the way it goes. They didn't pay. So that's 2 non-payers last week, which obviously reduces the fees. And then we're getting into the point where it was Saturday and there wasn't a lot of sales in between, where I missed, where I finished showing you on the Monday. Yeah, what was that? How many sales? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including this, which I've already wrapped. It's there you go, a battery. Yeah, so, and 2 of them didn't pay. So it went from being a moderately bad day to being a really shit day each time they didn't pay. In fact, one of them became a no sale day. Yeah. And then this is also going out today. Picture there. Disney Store mug. Not as expensive as the previous one, but it cost me £4. But it didn't sell for anything like that. It sold for 10 plus postage, so 14.15. It says Grumpy. It's Grumpy. 3D extra large. Really nice mug. I was tempted to keep it myself, but I've already got one that says "Don't be grumpy" on it. And this lamp, gold mark infrared lamp. Not as expensive as the Philips ones because it's all plastic, but I got £14.95 plus postage, £19.15. So I was quite pleased because I think that cost me £2, maybe 3. And then we're going into what's sold yesterday a Canon 128 megabyte card. Picture. $6.99, which is quite a good price really, considering. The Lego Harry Potter book that I didn't think was much cop, because it's all like creased and water damaged, but the pages did dry out nicely and none of them are stuck together, but there's a couple stained. There's one that it's had like chocolate on it from the kids at Christmas or whatever. I scraped it all off, but it's all stained with the grease from the chocolate. Anyway, I did put pictures of that in, and they bought it anyway. £4.49 though, so it's only going to cost £2.20 or maybe £2.50 to post. If it's £2.65, I'm basically breaking even after that with fees. And an XD card. Yeah, I don't know what the price on that is. £19.49, so about £15 back to me. I bought it in a camera with another one of these. I want two 128s and a 16 megabyte, and the camera was £24. So £15 for one of these is returned. So I make £6 by selling two of these. I make another £8 if I sell the 16 megabyte, and then if I sell the camera off, not a lot. So effectively I'm going to make maybe £14 and maybe a couple of quid for the camera. That's it. So it's still worth buying. That's profit after recovering the money for the camera. And one of these, Trivial Pursuit Globetrotter Edition 2003. So it's vintage now. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm stopping this. This went for £6 plus postage, and it's quite heavy actually. So the postage is what I've quoted, £4.20. It's a heavy chunk. It's over a kilo, so it's going in the 2 kilo Royal Mail. What's that? £3 plus whatever wrapping materials I use, and all the fees on top, of course. And it cost me about £2.50 in the charity shop. So after posting it, wrapping it, doing all that, I'll make maybe £2, maybe £2.50, maybe less, maybe less. So yeah, I do have a lot of unlisted board games, which I normally keep for Q4, get them all listed in one go and try to sell. But I'm thinking I'm going to just bang them into batches of 6, put them on auction and just get rid of them, because they're just, the low value ones just aren't worth processing. Simple as that. So that was the end of it. So last week's turnover was there, 325.89. Not good, but not terrible. And up to now we've done £41.17. That was yesterday. Haven't done any sales yet today, but it's early. It's only 10 o'clock. So I've actually got what I bought all here. So very, very short.
A few moments later.
Right, I'm back. A little bit of housekeeping before we start with the haul. I don't normally ask, but not this early in the video, if you could hit the like button, give it a good squeeze. It would really help me with my growing YouTube audience. And thank you for joining if you have recently, because there's lots more subscribers recently. It's great. I think I like the. I think you all like the how to do little bits and pieces videos as well, because people seem to be thumbs upping those a lot. Right, today's subscription. Got subscription on the mind now. Today's haul from yesterday. So, lights, camera. The camera's already on. Lights, action. What do you think of these side lights? Do they do anything to fill in the colour? I'm not sure. What do you think? Answers in the comment section below. Please tell me, on or off. Anyway, the reason I just showed you that is because I have a filling light, but it's orangey. This one's pretty orangey, but they are good for filling in when you've got your permanent lights fixed in the wrong position or something. Clip-in light, first thing I bought at North Cave. I did go to North Cave and Hull this week because I hadn't organised to do anything else. So this one was 50p. It's nice, it's very adjustable, and the clip is really strong. See, it's not falling off my fingers. It's certainly not going to fall off a shelf. And infinitely adjustable. Brilliant. So that, with an online switch and a power supply, was 50p. Sorry, I haven't got a drink out here. No mind. And so was that here, but it's not got a power supply. It's just a little battery box. It's not bad though, is it? What do you think? Buzz likes it. There you go. They were 50p each on the same stall, and at the same stall I bought this. I thought this one was the silver one. This one was IKEA, but it's not. It's called Livano. But this is IKEA, and this is, it's like a sort of downlighter. You can either have it as a downlighter, or you can fix it on the wall and it'll just light the wall that's behind it without blinding you with the bulb. And that was £1. So £2 well spent, I thought, off the same stall. My first stall. Next stall I bought 3 things instead of, oh no, that was 3 things. First thing I saw was this. It's all copper base, copper sides, brass top, and I couldn't work out whether it was like a float or a weight or a bottle. It's got a brass ring soldered into the top, but it's not soldered in, it actually comes out. And it's got a hole in, and it's hollow. So I gave it to Google, a picture, and they said it was a foot warmer or bed warmer. And then I sent a picture to my brother, who's dealt in all sorts of things like this in his emporium, and he said it's more likely to be a flask of some sort for topping up things like oil lamps or kerosene or fuel. But it's, everybody says they're foot warmers on Etsy and eBay, so it cost me £2. I'm going to really give it a nice polish so it's really shiny. There is a dent or two in the top lid, and it's rather crudely soldered, but I think I'll go for like 15 or 20 quid on that, maybe more, depending on what it looks like when it's polished. I do have a polishing wheel and mop, nice and easy actually. You just run it back and forward like that once you put the polishing paste on. I also got this off the same stall, so that was 2. This was 4, quite nice, with 2 keys. These are going for £20 plus postage, so, well, at most. The ones in the nice boxes go for a touch more than that, but I would happily take maybe 16, 17 plus postage on top. And this, which is just a brass trivet. It's a bit grotty underneath, they all are, but it's nicely polished, so I won't have to bother with that one. So those added up to £9, and she accepted 8, so that was good. I also got a Fujifilm, first camera of the week, a Fujifilm, it's the only camera of the week, sorry to disappoint anybody who likes cameras, J30, but didn't have a battery in. I mean, not having an SD card is an issue that isn't an issue to me. I've got loads of them, and I could sell it with one, without one, it doesn't matter. These charge up on a cable, so it's a £2.99 cable if you don't have one spare. I've got one spare, so it wouldn't be a problem, but I do need a battery, so I've ordered one. Have I ordered one? I ordered one for the other camera, the Canon from last week. No, I haven't ordered one of these yet. It's an NP45. I might have one spare. I'll have a look in my boxes. But this cost 50p, and yeah, it's a little bit worn, but it'd go for 15 easy, with a battery. The problem is, buying a battery in, it's going to cost me a tenner, so it's not worth it. If it was in much better condition, like the Fujifilm was all silver instead of grey because the silver's worn off and it didn't have scratches on the back, then I'd be looking for maybe 25 and I could afford a battery. But it isn't, so 50p. I was happy to pay that. And then I got these. These are halogen bulbs. I know everybody loves LEDs these days, but certain types of bulbs and lights need warm lights, like lava lamps, those Lumi body clocks, various other things. Anyway, I got all 6 for £1, so that's not bad. And yeah, 28 watt bulbs each one. That was North Cave, so I was alright with that. It wasn't huge because it had rained overnight, not as many people turned up, and it was still gradually creeping, getting bigger as I left. Left about 20 to 8, went to Hull. Right, first thing I bought in Hull was this. Doesn't look like a lot from the side, does it? All the buttons are on top. It's got this sort of leatherette plastic top. Humax. Can you see the Humax sign? It's right there. Anyway, there's some buttons there that you can press in. It's a Freeview recorder with a user manual and a remote and a power supply, and it's 500GB, this one. The 1TB goes for about £90. This one says 500GB on the bottom, so I know it's not a 1TB. And I'm thinking maybe £45. Anyway, that was £4, so I was pleased with that. I'd look around the rest of the stall that the guy had, but I couldn't find anything. This came from one of the guys that I normally buy electricals from. This is a Samsung Blu-ray, no remote though. I can get a remote very easily for about £8–9 on eBay, delivered in about 3 days, so I may do that. It is a little bit rusty underneath the actual metal plate, but I'm sure it'll work fine. I'm going to test it before I buy order the remote. But there isn't a lot to them. There's a HDMI out, a coaxial in, and a LAN cable for the internet, because this is an internet capable one with streaming. This is a J55, well, they call them a J, but it's a BD J5500 XU. XU, whatever that is. Some of them say EU, some of them say XU, some of them say FB. All these are codes that Samsung use for where it's manufactured or where it's being sold. The model number is J5500, and that was a £5. It wouldn't go any lower. And I'm alright with that, because it should go for maybe 30 quid with a remote. Then I got some games. These were 50p each for these. No, sorry, they're mixed up now. Assassin's Creed 50p. Little Big Planet 50p. Madden NFL 13 50p. CSI Fatal Conflict for the PS3 50p. And then these are the ones that were 3 for £1. I got Guitar Hero World Tour, Deal or No Deal, The Banker is Back for the Wii, and then a DVD of X, which is like an anime manga film, and they were 3 for £1. So that's £3 worth. It's not too bad. Sorry, £3 worth. These are just top-ups for my multi-listings now. I don't get excited about them. I just buy them occasionally when they were cheap enough, and they were cheap enough. And then I saw a forlorn Wii sitting on a guy's stall with a grey power supply, and that was it. It's a bit grotty, but it's got its flaps, which is always a bonus because they cost a couple of quid if you're going to replace them. I think they're about £2.80 now if you're buying sets. Anyway, give it a clean, polish it up. And I said to him, how much is it? And he's like, £15. And I'm like, it's only a Wii with a power supply. Where's all the other bits? Oh, they're in the car. It's like, okay then, let's have a look at them. So, there's a power supply. It's boring. It's grey box with some wires on it. He also had 2 controllers. They're both clean in the back, but they're still a bit dusty and grotty. But that's easy enough to do. Clean them up. One of them's got a nunchuck. All official and all that, you know. AV cable. One of these sensor bars. And actually, surprisingly, because recently I've had a few with damaged wires, this one's fine. And some games. Sonic and the Secret Rings, Cooking Mama, EA Sports Active, which is obviously, you need the bits with that, and so do you need the bits with that Wii Fit. But if you have seen my recent videos that I've been taking in my bedroom at my desk, you'll see the back of a bed that I've got stacked vertically to get rid of, and you'll see the beginning of a pile of Wii Fit boards which need taking down and retesting, because some of them don't work and some of them do. It is time to get rid of some of them, because quite honestly, that death pile up there of board games and Wii Fit boards, yeah, I need to clear them out so I can get rid of that bed, and I'll put some proper shelving on there. For storing pre-photographed to be listed stock. So yeah, that was not bad at all. And then, yeah, I also saw this. The guy didn't have any change. It says £10 on it, but I offered him £7 in the end. I claimed it. He said he'd put it in the car, and I went back and got some change and got it later. This is a Logitech remote control. There you go, lots of buttons. You know those one for all where you can like choose to use the TV or the hi-fi or the DVD player or something. This is a Logitech version, but it's so much more. I haven't charged it yet, so hopefully it will work, because £7 is £7 for a remote, which is, I'll go and get a Samsung one or pay £9 for it to be delivered on eBay. It's not a big deal if it's for something that you need a remote for. This is such that you plug it in with the little machine there. I don't know where even actually, I think the batteries are flat. You plug it in with a micro USB, sorry, which is nicely supplied. It obviously comes in a box normally with a better manual than this, but you log into Logitech's website, download the information you need for every piece of equipment you've got, because this does everything that's ever been made, as far as I know. And you can have it, like, you can choose what you're going to do with the next one, scroll through, and it'll come to the point where it says the machine you're going to use it for, and then it works on that machine. And it's got its own little colour screen. 70 quid, the last one sold for. This was £7 for me. I think a new one's well over 100. So even spares a repair, they're going for 30. But I think I wouldn't have any trouble making sure that works. I'll just make sure it's running. I won't register it or anything like that on the website and join Logitech's cohort of users, I'll just make sure it's running, make sure the screen lights up, take a few nice photographs and try to sell it for 70 quid. And that's it. It's a small haul, but, oh! I did turn this on, and it also had a sports disc, which is, you know, it's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be sports or Wii Fit, you know, sometimes Mario Kart, and of course it's 50-50 chance that it's not going to have anything in. But yeah, when you pay 12 quid, oh, by the way, I didn't pay £15 for that Wii set, I paid 12, so yeah, that'll pay for more than half of that, so that's nice. And yeah, I'll have that listed today without any trouble at all. In fact, that Sony TV, I'm listing that today because it's been really useful the last couple of weeks testing things, but I really need to just sell it. As it's a small haul, I've got myself a challenge to list everything that I'm not going to keep. I might keep this light, quite honestly, and that one. But between them they cost a quid, so it's not a big deal. But I'll try and list everything else today, and then the Sony TV as well. And seeing as I'm doing this Wii, I will do at least another Wii, maybe that one up there. And the didn't get it listed the other day when I was doing the video on how to clear hard drives on the Xbox 360. If you haven't seen that video, yeah, you should go and see it if you're interested. I've got that Xbox 360 and the power supply to test, and I did actually dig out another controller. Where that is, I don't know. Is this it? No, that's mine. It's got the black back and the black triggers. I've got one which is a sort of Frankenstein controller with white triggers from a white controller. Well, I dug it out earlier anyway, and I'll be putting that with it and the power supply, and I'm not sure what a 120 gig slim is worth anymore. It's not, it isn't slim, is it? It's just a black 120 gig standard. Not sure what it's worth, but I'll be listing that as well. It was a small haul, but £43 spent. Not a lot, so I'm going to delve into my death pile to earn some money this week. I've had 2 weeks of £300. I need to be doing a £600 week. I really feel that need, you know. Yeah, so pull out all the stops this week. List this lot today. A couple more of the large items today, and then the rest of the week trying to find £30 to £50 items or more, if I can find them, to list, and doing those as a priority. Oh, that's nice. Wonder what that was. Before you go, I'll tell you. I've got a Sony mini disc that the tape doesn't work on. Sorry, the CD doesn't work on, but the mini disc does. So I'm selling it spares a repair. And I wish to buy the mini disc, but click and collect, you don't do it. Will you please add this? And I put no, sorry, because I don't do it. I've had so much trouble with it, I won't use click and collect again. Sorry, regards, Pete. Full stop, nothing else. And he's just put okay. Now then, what I'm going to do is see if it's the same person who's bought it. It is. He's paid, yeah, he's paid £25.49 including delivery. And he's actually paid. Nice. So that's there. There's another one sold today. And it'll be sent today as well, because it's early enough to wrap that today and still get it out. There's the picture. And the price. too bad. Yeah, I had it up at £22.99 plus £8 postage, and I sent offers, and he's got it for £17.49. There'll be postage on top of that. £8 postage on top of that's £25.49. So yeah, I'm happy with that, really. It was one from a system I bought for £25 off my electrical guy, but I didn't want to disillusion him to say, look, I want to bring it back, because they had really nice speakers with it. So I decided to sell the speakers separately for more than I bought the system for, and sell the system. So I will end up maybe £20 profit, nothing special. But I would have ended up £35, £45 profit if I'd sold it as a system. Such is life. Right. On that bombshell note, no, it's not a bombshell, is it? On that note of an extra sale, which is great, I'm going to say goodbye, get listing, and I'll see you next week. But I'm also going to do something else. I'm telling you about a video that I've put together for film testing cameras. Not the digital ones, the film cameras. Sam, one of many Sams, asked about it, and I did a few lines on a reply. But I've made a video, and it's there. Thanks for watching.